What's up, guys? Today I wanted to share one thing with you. One thing that really made a big impact on my trading. One thing that I applied today. And if it were not for that thing, I think I would not be trading successfully. So it's one simple thing, but the biggest difference that it's going to make is amazing. So it's about using a checklist. And you've seen the title of this video, How Do You Trade Forex with a Checklist. You'll see that when you have a checklist and when you follow a process, it's much more easier to trade. And it's much more easier to feel clear about what you're doing. And I see so many people not having a checklist, not having any plan to trade, and they don't get any result. So I'm gonna share exactly what I do these days, and what are the steps to create what are the steps to create your checklist. We'll dive into that right now. Now I just want to say one thing first: is that using a checklist is not nice. Okay, you never see any movies or any video online where traders is telling you that they use a checklist, right? You never see that stuff. What you see is a trader who's acting out of intuition, acting quickly, taking the trades, putting in the trades, and making money quickly. But in real life, it's not really the way it works. It's much more complicated than that. And every single process that you have in life, you can use a checklist to simplify it. Because often, what you're going to do is you're going to try to place your trade, try to act in complexity, in a complex world like trading, and you're going to fail, you're going to make mistake. And there's a really good book that I have on my desk because I read it recently, The Checklist Manifesto. It's about really why you need to put it, why you need to create checklists and why you need to have a process when you trade. And it's really crucial. And even Brian Tracy, one of the greatest coach out there, said that you need to have checklists, right? Everything in life is a checklist. And if you don't have a checklist to do things, if you don't have a process, you're going to make a mistake. You're going to forget some steps. So I really want to make this clear. And it made the biggest difference when a couple of months ago, or even more than a year ago, I created my first checklist. And what you want to do, here's the biggest part. What you want to do is you want to define every single step you're going to take. What is the first step to trade? What is the second step? What is the third step? And I'll give you an example because I have a checklist that I offer for free on my blog. And first step, look at, let's say, the market phase. What is the price doing? Is it going sideways? Is it trending? Second phase. Well, second thing to look at. Well, okay, so it's sideways. Now I need to look at price action. What is price telling me? Is the price telling me that it's gonna bounce? Is it pretty slow? Is it consolidating? Then third step. Guess you go step by step like this. And the goal is to take your strategy now that you have and to write every single step, every single thing you do, or try to place a trade and try to figure out what you're doing when you place a trade now. Now try to write this on paper and then test it. Whenever you have a doubt, so let's say you're in a trade, you have a doubt. Well, should I do this or should I do this? Well, this is a problem, so you want to fix this. But you'll have to take some time to create your checklist and then test it. Test it on every market, test it on every trade, and see if it's going well. If it's difficult, if you find it tough, or if you find it uncertain, you need to modify things. But when you can have this checklist that is perfect, that reduces all the ambiguity, all the problem you used to have, you'll see that it's much more easier to trade, and you'll feel much less painful when you want to place a trade. You don't feel stressed, you don't feel bad, you don't feel guilty. You know what plan you should follow, and then that's the powerful part. Once you're done with that checklist, then it's then that you want to reevaluate, right? Review what you've done. So at the end of the week, you'll go back on that checklist. You'll look at every single trade you took. Did you respect the checklist or not? Did you respect the plan or not? If not, there's a problem. You want to correct the problem. If you respected the checklist, then good, perfect. But then you want to evaluate maybe your return, okay? But the goal is that you need to be able to follow your checklist and reevaluate after that. That's how it works. And I'll give you guys, I don't have it here, but I'll give you guys the link to the checklist I have. It's totally free. And you'll see every step I have. So this is the checklist I used to have. I used to trade with it all the time. Basically, trend check, price action, I think indicator, and that's pretty much it, how to enter, and then risk management. It's really, really simple. And I'll also give you guys a link to an article I just wrote for Forex Crunch, which is really about why using a checklist and how to use it. You'll see everything there. And if you guys have any questions, let me know. You can comment on the video here or somewhere else in the Facebook group. Check out the Facebook group at thisartistway.com/group. And I'll look forward to connect with you guys there. So let me know if you have any questions, if I can help. And guys, I'll see you pretty soon. Ciao.